Good morning and Shavua Tov, everyone. Yesterday's Torah portion, God tells Abraham, the first Jew, those who bless you shall be blessed, and those who curse you shall be cursed. And all the nations of the world will bless themselves through you. Now, in 2022, we would say, those who bless you shall be blessed, and those who curse you shall be dropped by Adidas and Nike. But the question is, there seems to be a contradiction between the first half of the verse and the second half of the verse. The first half of the verse says, those who bless you shall be blessed, those who curse you shall be cursed, meaning to say there will be blessers and cursers. There will be people and nations who love the Jews, and those nations will thrive and be prosperous, like the United States of America, the greatest ally and friend of Israel. And then there will be those who curse you, like many of the Arab nations, who seek the destruction and the demise of Israel. And it is these precise countries like Iran and Afghanistan and Pakistan and Gaza, where they're third world countries with no progress, with nothing in the realm of cultural, intellectual achievements to show for themselves, where they have human rights violations and abuse of people's freedoms because they seek the destruction of Israel, unlike the countries that have signed on to the Abraham Accords that are seeking to be a blessing to Israel and thereby bringing blessings upon themselves. But the question is, if the first half of the verse says there'll be those who bless and those who curse, how does the very same verse conclude and say all the nations of the world will bless themselves by you, through you? And the answer has been very obvious over the past few weeks. When we see what happened with the hatred and anti-Semitism that has come in the public attacks from Kanye West and now Kyrie Irving, we see that there is an obsession with Jews and an envy of Jews, that Jews are so powerful and Jews are so successful. And that's what the commentaries say, that yes, there'll be those that bless you and those that curse you, but the truth is even those that curse you, in their lips they'll curse you, but in their heart they will bless their children to be like the Jews. And this is what we've seen in the hatred of these two stars, that they obsessed with Jews and their successes. And perhaps it all comes from the fact that, as they themselves have said, we are the real children of Israel. You have replaced us. A very absurd type of anti-Semitism where you want to be the person that you hate. And you are saying, we are the real Jews. And what we have to say to them is, we as Jews love to be a light unto the nations, just like Israel wants to be a source of blessing for the entire Middle East. All you have to do is learn to appreciate and to be a source of blessing for us, and we will reciprocate that kindness and be a blessing to you. And we will grow together, not just as a Jewish nation, but all of humanity, by being a source of blessing to each other, rather than being a source of curses, which will only bring more curses upon you. But there is something we really could learn from Kanye West and from Kyrie Irving. And that is, someone asked me, how do we fight anti-Semitism today? What can we do practically? And one of the answers is, of course, we have to be speaking up and speaking out and taking a stand against anti-Semitism, like many Jews did, that compelled Adidas and now Nike to suspend relationships with them. And furthermore, it also brought about suspension from many of the games of Kyrie Irving. There was even a group of Jewish boys and girls, many with kippot, who went to a Knicks game and bought courtside seats, and they were sitting on the front row with t-shirts that said, fight anti-Semitism. Yes, we have to speak up and speak out. But just like when there's an illness that attacks your body, God forbid, yes, you have to fight the illness. But you also have to build up your own immune system to be stronger, to be more resilient, to be able to ward off the illness. The same thing with anti-Semitism. On the one hand, we have to fight anti-Semitism. We have to speak up against it and denounce it. And America has to denounce it, because if America wants to remain a blessed country, they have to remember that if we allow hatred to fester and take root against Jews, eventually that hatred will spread in other forms, because Jews are like the canary in the coal mine. The hatred reaches us first, but eventually spreads throughout the society. And therefore, for America to remain a blessed country, Americans have to uproot and take a stand against anti-Semitism. But furthermore, when we see anti-Semitism, we have to realize that we also have to strengthen our spiritual immune system as Jews, which means we have to be more Jewish. Because the more Jewish we are, the stronger we will be to be able to repel this anti-Semitism. And therefore, if you want to know what you can do to fight anti-Semitism, one of the things you can do is be more Jewish. Go to shul more often. Attend a Torah class that you normally would not have attended. Put on tefillin, keep Shabbos, put a mezuzah on your door. Eat more kosher. Every mitzvah is a response to anti-Semitism because it makes us stronger as a nation and therefore less likely to be prone to the attacks of our enemies. And here's something I dare say we can learn from Kanye West and from Kyrie Irving. Look at these people. Their hatred is so intense that Kanye West kept on spewing anti-Semitism even as it was bringing about his downfall. Not only did he lose his relationship with Adidas, but his net worth has fallen from $2 billion to less than $500 million. He lost more than 3/4 of his wealth just because he would not stop in his hatred of Jews. And now Kyrie Irving was suspended from 5 games. He was given every opportunity to apologize, but refused to. And he saw what happened to Kanye West, but he kept on going. Posted that anti-Semitic video on his on his social media. He got suspended from 5 games without pay. That alone is worth millions of dollars that he lost. And now he lost his relationship with Nike. And when you see these haters who are willing to lose not just millions, but tens and hundreds of millions of dollars just to hold on to their anti-Semitism, that should tell us as Jews how far we should go to be standing tall and proud as Jews. If we're going to counteract that hate, which is so great, we have to be as devoted to love and to kindness and to spreading our Jewish positive message of Jewish pride and Jewish identity. And therefore, yes, we even have to learn from them on the side of good, that if they're willing to go so far in their hatred with such intensity, that's how intense we have to be in our love for God, Judaism, the Torah, and for mitzvot. Have a wonderful day.